It's happening. Ooh. I truly think everyone can benefit from welcoming creativity into their lives, especially if you're feeling just like out of sorts, unconnected with yourself. There's something joyous that comes from tapping into the inner child and just letting yourself get into a flow with something fun. And you know what's fun? Lego. I haven't done Lego in so long, but I just feel this calling to do it and to be a little creative, to build something, to see something from start to finish, even if it's in a guided formation like this. It's just so special. This was supposed to be a relaxing activity. I'm already lost on step 2, so. Just watch how this thing's gonna come together so quickly. You're not even gonna know what to do with yourself. 1, 2. See, to me, one of the benefits of just doing tasks like this is that you can feel yourself just going into a flow and not really thinking of much else, which is so refreshing because I'm always thinking about something. I don't know if you heard that, but my email just went off with a notification. It's taking me out of the flow. It's making me think, what could that possibly be? But once I'm doing the steps here, I'm just kind of focused on being really present at what's in front of me, because if I don't, I'm gonna screw up, and I don't want to screw up. Oh, look at that. Okay, wait, I need to make 3 of these. You know, I'm approaching my birthday soon, so I feel like I always get a little bit more introspective during this season, but as you get older, there's just so many reasons not to do things that are just like for the fun of it. And obviously sometimes that's kind of just the nature of life, and we have other responsibilities, so of course it's not always reasonable. But if you don't make time to just like allow yourself some of this, whether it's Lego or, you know, a couple of the other things I hit on in this video, or something else that makes you feel creative, and like, where are we getting that? And where are we getting that sense of childlike wonder? And I think that there can be this tendency to wait for like you to have kids before you allow yourself to kind of tap into that inner child again, or at least like it's a natural consequence, I think, of having kids. A consequence, not a bad consequence, but like just something that happens is that you inevitably are looking at the world through your child's lens. And I love hanging out with kids and getting that experience, but like, I don't think we should necessarily have to wait for a child to be around for us to engage in Lego and fun stuff. This is where we are going to make magic happen. Oh my God, I love that. Look, we're about to finish our first flower, and that took minutes. I guess everything in life takes minutes, it's just a matter of how many minutes. Oh, another one. Let's do it. This is joy, folks. This is joy. Oh, we got a little daisy. It's so nice. Okay, these flowers turned out so cute. I really love this one. I love this guy right here. So many goodies. I think like collectively it looks pretty good. I have them all in this jug right now. I might transfer them to something else, but I think these will go in my office because my office could use a little brightening. As far as Lego goes though, I really like how easy this one was to put together. Not only because the flowers themselves are not that complicated, but also because you can almost do it like a flower at a time. So this is definitely one of those projects you could slowly chip away at over the course of a little bit, unlike me who did it in one night. But you could stretch this one out easily. I just still can't get over it. Oh, this one matches my outfit really nicely. Now I've got permanent flowers. This will save me millions. I don't know about that, but hundreds. I think one of the biggest teachers in creativity for me has been diving into a new hobby, particularly crochet. I've talked a lot about my journey into crochet. We all know, or if you've been here for a bit, you know about the chickens. Well, that same creator came out with a whale pattern, and it's too good. It's too good not to do myself. So I did go to Michael's and I bought more yarn, more whale appropriate yarn. This is gonna be for the underbelly. This is gonna be for the body, although I also got another type of blue for the body that I'm working on over there. We've got the underbelly started over here. Very cool. Definitely a little bit more complicated of a pattern than my chickens. But I think what I really love about crochet in terms of it being like a creativity vessel is it really has forced me to enjoy the process of not only creating something from start to finish, like seeing nothing like this turn into something cute and adorable that I love to display is really fulfilling. But also just the journey, you know, everyone says it's the journey, not the destination. The journey of crocheting is what's so calming and therapeutic, and I love seeing new projects come together, especially when I've done them for the, like, obviously new. When I've done them for the first time, I'm like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna work, and there's curiosity there, and as you do them again and again, you get better, and they become cuter, and you're like, wow, I'm seeing myself improve, and I'm just getting lost in the stitch work of it. Crocheting is very counting heavy, so there's almost like a flow that you get into. And I think that's the case with anything really creative, is what is allowing you to get into a flow, what is allowing you to trust your instincts. Also, I feel like I haven't been on my crochet game in 2024, so this project has been a nice like return to it, because I do really get a lot of joy from this little hobby that I'm doing. Yarn situation though is getting out of hand. This bin is not even like close to the amount of yarn I have in this apartment, and that's scary. I'm really not allowed to buy any more yarn. If you see some new yarn, you should probably judge me, but here is my whale. We are on round 14. I have to single crochet and then decrease, and do that like 6 times. Always have to use a stitch marker, because if I don't, it's not good. Okay, decrease. I always have a little trouble getting the decreases going. But I think that's another reason why I find just channeling creativity also so fun, because you don't have to be perfect at it to be creative. Now, crocheting might be a silly example to be using for this point, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are like, oh no, like I can't do that coordination, so like creativity isn't for me. But creativity doesn't have to be like good, or it doesn't have to be perfect, or you don't have to be talented. Is that right? Am I right in this? That's been one of the joys for me in crocheting, is that I'm not like necessarily great at it. I'm trying, and I definitely find myself getting better, but it's been so much fun to be bad at something and see progress and just learn a new skill. Oh, I should be stuffing this. I have made so many chickens with polyfill, and I have not made a dent in this bag. It's kind of crazy. Stuff away. The grand point that I'm trying to make here is when choosing like what activities to exercise creativity with, don't necessarily look for the one that you're good at. Look at the one that I think intrigues you the most and gets you the most excited at the prospect of just even experimenting with it, even if it doesn't become your whole personality, like I feel like I've allowed crocheting to slightly become. That is not like a prerequisite for you to channel creativity in your life. I think there's so much fun in just like trying different things, doodling, painting, scrapbooking, music playing, reading, even finding ways to be creative in your day-to-day life. Taking a regular activity and just thinking, how can I reinvent the way that I do this to make it a little bit more interesting? Well, this head's taking a lot of stuffing. I think I spoke too soon. I think the whale is testing my polyfill. A good example of this is even like, take your grocery list this week and doodle it instead of writing it down. That might be a little extra, but or maybe add like a couple doodles to it if you don't really want to fully commit to the bit, but just like playing. Life is all about that. I'm sure there's a lot more things to life, but I think playing is a big part of one of the gifts of being human, is we have the capacity to play. What am I doing now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god, the head's coming together. Oh guys, look at the whale. It's definitely a more complicated project than the chicken. I already know like areas where I want to improve on this, but this is so cute. I love just spending a casual couple hours whipping out a plushy whale. It's so fun. Oh my gosh, I can't get over that. That's really cute. I feel like that was quite the accomplishment today, even though I have cleaning to do. I feel like it was time well spent on the whale. I feel a sense of joy from my little friend here, so. Gotta make a couple more. I feel like this one will be a nice one to perhaps give some of the kiddos in my family. We'll see. Although I know when you're using these safety eyes, because this time I didn't stitch them, I just put in fake eyes, they're not good toys, because I think the issue is with those eyes removing. Maybe a good display piece though. This one's going in my office as well. Look, I got flowers, I got whales. What else do you need? For the next whale, I'll probably do something like this. And I feel like this next whale is gonna be even more cathartic and relaxing, because now I've done one. I always feel like the first project is a little stressful because you're just paying attention so aggressively to the directions, but I think the flow state will be even more so with this one. What a hobby. You know, in the spirit of elevating or creatifying a regular everyday experience, I want to turn my pancakes today into a fun project. I think with cooking, there's always so much opportunity for creativity, whether it's in trying new recipes or plating your food in new ways, you know, paying extra special attention to making it look presentable like you're at a restaurant. But I also think with cooking, there's also this opportunity to play with intuition and trying not to follow a recipe. What can you come up with when you're just trying to create something out of whatever's in your fridge and there are no rules, you're the one that's eating it, you're just trying something that feels like it could potentially be delicious to you. I'm not fully going in that lane today because I am following a recipe, but I want to elevate it, or transform it, maybe is a better word because I don't know if I'm elevating anything today, into something fun. I want to make pink heart pancakes. So I have a pancake art device here that I use occasionally to make fun pancakes. That is going to be crucial for doodling out the hearts. But I also want these pancakes to be pink without using food coloring. So my thought process is, well, the recipe does call for 1.5 cups of water. What if I were to blend that water with some strawberries, and then I'd be making pink water, and that could potentially dye the whole batter pink or red, something in that vein. Will it turn out? I don't know. I think I'll be making more than I need in terms of pancakes, but the great thing about pancakes is that they do freeze well, so hopefully this does taste delicious, because then I have pre-made breakfast for a future me as well. Do I know how much to use here? No. I'm gonna try that. No, that's pink. This yellow might interfere. That's my one fear. Oh, look at that. We've got pink. Mixing our wet and our dry ingredients. I remember doing a version of this with spinach before to do green pancakes for St. Patty's Day. I think this is gonna be all around yummier, although it's losing kind of its intensity in terms of pink color. Part of me thinks I should like whip up some more strawberries, but a soft pink is fine. Yeah, messy. But you know what? If you're not making a mess, you're not having fun, right? Right. Oh my God. So glad you agree. Oh my. Oh my. You know what? It's a heart. What is that? I don't even know. Okay. We shall see. Okay. It's less pink now. It's got more of a purple vibe. I always forget that like things cook and then they brown. So I think this would actually be very difficult to get right. Something to ponder. Obviously, like, you wouldn't want to be experimenting like this on a day where you're in a rush, and maybe you don't need to experiment to the point where you're actually making full-on pancake art, which adds a level of difficulty to perhaps the task. But also, why not? Why not just have a blast? For me, this is a lesson in also not putting expectations on the destination. Sometimes things go and work out and sometimes they don't. That shouldn't stop you from just experimenting. Okay, this is probably as good as it's gonna get. Look at that, it's getting better. These two were casualties, but the rest are looking somewhat heart-like, these two especially. I think these turned out better than I expected them to. Are they pink? No, but they are hearts, so there's that. I also got some kombucha going over here. Even though it wasn't perfect, it's perfect for the occasion. I feel fulfilled. I've tried something new. I've tried to make heart pancakes and I succeeded. This visual behind me just makes me so happy. I feel like this living room feels abundant with creative energy, and it makes me want to do some more exciting things. I hope in this video that I've really been able to communicate, you know, why I think it's so important to tap into our creative side, why it's so valuable for me in my life. Our day-to-day lives are always going to incentivize us not to make time for the fun things, and I'm always a big proponent for making sure you take time for the non-productive things, because I actually think this is very productive. But I think this year especially, I'm just looking at being creative as a way to almost engage in therapy, to bring some lightness into life when there's some not lightness things going on. And I feel grateful that you guys allow me to do a lot of creative expression, not just through the videos, but through creating the videos that I do here on this channel. This in and of itself is a form of creative expression to me. and I can't believe that I get to do it for a living. It's a little bonkers. So a moment of gratitude towards you for supporting what I do here. If you want to see me do more like videos where we kind of just have fun and get into a creative flow, let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below, what is your favorite form of creative expression? And if you really want to go deep, what does creativity mean to you? I once answered that question in a university assignment, and the teacher said, quote unquote, perhaps you don't know what creativity is, you just have it. Which I think was a way of saying that my response was stupid. So maybe you should really just disregard this whole video, because what do I know? What do we all know? We're gonna leave it at that. Okay, I'll see you guys soon with a new one. Until then, toodles. The whales are too good.
Like you wanted to, like you wanted to, like 24/7, like 24/20 for heaven. Oh, like you wanted to, like you wanted to, like 24/7, like 24/20 for heaven. Oh, nothing but blue skies, a totally peaceful mind. Never need a second try. No, you get it right the very first time. It could be the best of days, it could be the best of times.